Hello everybody, I have a quick tutorial that I wanted to share with you. I've had a couple of people request that I show how to do the flower, the rose flower that I have on a lot of my projects. I was just reaching over there to get one and show you. This is what it'll look like when I get through with it, and I have them on several of my cards, and I've had some people ask me how I do that. So I've never did a tutorial before, but hopefully, you know, we can work this out here. So just kind of bear with me, please. Okay, first of all, what I do is I just cut out 5 of the rose petals, and this is the punch that I use. I'm using the larger one because it'll be a little bit easier for me to show you how to do it. And this is from EK Success. And after I have the flower petals punched out, then the next thing you're going to do is you're just going to take one and take this, I have a paintbrush, just a regular paintbrush I picked up at Walmart, and then you're just going to fold each flower petal like that on every flower that you have. So you're going to do that on all of them. Okay, and after you do that on all of them, for the middle one, which will be this part right here, you are just going to take some glossy accents, is what I use, and I just use a pen in here, and it helps from them getting stuck. So you just put it right here on, just on this petal only for the middle. You're just going to put it right in here. It don't really matter, you know, if you get it perfect or not, because this one is going to be kind of closed up here. And then you're going to just take this one and you're going to fold it up like this into a little small bud, and just keep kind of playing with it until you get it like you want it. Kind of like that right there. And then, since I'm using the glossy accents, you do have to hold that for just a few seconds here to let that adhere. And I always try to kind of keep the bottom of it flat, because that's what's going to set into the to these flowers right here. But that's kind of the way you do that one. I'm just kind of let that one sit right there for just a minute. And like I said, you're just gonna fold each petal or each bloom with the paintbrush, and I do that on all 5 flowers. So you can just kind of fast forward through this if you don't want to watch me do this, because it takes a few minutes to do it. And but it is really worth it. It has a very pretty flower, and you can add paint. I take just some white acrylic paint that I have, and I just dab the edges with the white paint, and that gives it a real soft look. If you want something, you know, like a pastel color that you don't really have the exact right amount of the exact right color of paper. Okay, then on the rest of these, they're going to be a little bit different. You're going to just take this glossy accents and you're going to put it in the middle like this. And then you're just going to kind of run it up through the edge right here so it'll hold. And then you're going to take this and you're just going to put it down in here. And these little points that's on this one, I always have them placing the petals like that. And try to get it, you know, in the middle of your flower as good as you can, because that will make a difference in the end. And then you just fold these up and kind of push that one back down and just hold that just for a minute. Just kind of hold those together, and at the same time just push this down in the middle just a little bit. You don't have to apply a lot of pressure to it, but you just want to hold that a few minutes and give it just a few minutes to stick or whatever. And then you do the same thing with all of these, you just put a little thing of glue here in the middle and just a little bit up the petals there. And then when you put this one in there, you're going to set it off-centered. In other words, you want this petal to go where this one right here ends. So you're going to put all your points again on each of these petals, and then you're just going to push these back up around it, and you're going to hold this. And when you do it yourself, you can take a little bit of extra time. I was just trying to hurry so y'all wouldn't have to wait and watch me do each petal. But you just kind of mash this down just a little bit in the middle, just because that's where most of your glue is, just so it'll, hold. And then you're going to just take your fingers and just kind of hold this all together, so the ones that you put up on the sides here will have time to, stick down a little bit. Like I said, when you do this yourself, you can take a little bit more time than I'm doing, and it'll make it prettier. But I think the main thing is to make sure that you kind of offset these. Make sure that you put your points in the right place. And with the glossy accents, you do have a little bit of time to, play with it or whatever if you don't have it quite in the right place. Because this is very hard to do with a camera sitting right in front of you. So, but anyway, we'll do the best we can here and make hopefully you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. And this is kind of how it looks so far. It's still kind of flat on the bottom, and I'm still just holding that down. And we have one more to go here, and then I can show you how I fold the petals down. It's not really hard at all. It does take, a little bit of time to do it. And like I said, just make sure you get the points on each petal, like right here down to here. And that just makes it, when you get ready to fold your flower petals down, it makes it have a more layered look or whatever, to keep it from just being all together. So what I usually do is when I'm doing these, I do, 2 or 3 flowers of different colors, and I would normally just take this little thing after I've gotten through with it and just set it to the side, and then I would work on another one, and by the time I got ready to come back to this one, it would be dry. So it's not going to be dry, for me to show you how it normally would look. But normally what you would do is you'll just take the outside petal, and you're just going to take this and roll it down with your paintbrush and just hold it for a second. And you just go all the way around and do each petal. Just roll it down with whatever you have there. I'm just using a kind of a medium size paintbrush, and of course if you have a smaller flower, you would use something smaller to roll your petals down with. And you're going to do that. This was a 5-petal flower. You're going to do all 3 petals all the way down, like I'm doing right here. And then the 4th one that's up there closest to the bud, you don't really roll it all the way down. You just kind of halfway, just roll it down just a little bit, because you don't want it to completely, roll all the way down. And see, right in here, I actually didn't get it offset real good, so it's in there with the other ones. But like I said, it's kind of hard to do that when you got a camera right in front of your face here. But after you do it a couple times, I think you can kind of get the hang of it. It's not very hard to do, and you can really fix them up really pretty. You can add stickles to them. You can put paint on them, or just whatever. And see, I kind of got all these together where you want these more staggered. And then again, the paint didn't quite actually, the glue didn't quite actually dry, and it's kind of pulling apart there in the middle. But that's kind of, how you would do it. Hopefully you can kind of get an idea on that. But if you, keep playing with it, you can probably get it to looking a little bit better than that. I have a card that I made. I made this card, I think it was day before yesterday, and that's how you really want it to look. You see how these petals are kind of offset. You got one here, and then the next row is way over here, instead of them being right on top of each other. You don't want them like that. And this one's the same way. You got this one, and then you go over here with this one and back and forth. But like I said, I can't really tell what I'm doing with this camera right here, and this is the first time I've ever did this, so I apologize. And my mat looks terrible. I use it practically every day, so I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to hurry up and get this video out when I had a chance and all. But normally this layer right here would kind of be closer together. You would hold this a little bit longer and you wouldn't fold these down, and you would fold, you know, these other 3 layers down right here, but they would be a little bit more offset. So if you have any questions, I hope that kind of helped answer any kind of questions that somebody might have had, or hopefully that'll help, you know, get you started on it anyway. But that's the flower that you want it, you know, like this, or this is what you really want it to look like. I'm sorry this one didn't quite turn out good, but that's the best I can do right here. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.